What is good, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm King Cash. Let's get right into this one. In this astral travel, I ended up exploring a city that's within mountains. Honestly, I don't even know where these mountains were. I was searching for this place that was in like a cavern, and it was inside a mountain. So I was looking for this cavern, and it led to a whole city. But it felt like the city was a whole world. Like, you go through the cavern and you go through, and then you reach a whole city. And I wrote down here when I first woke up, inside a mountain with the whole world and city in it. There was lots of people there enjoying themselves, feeling like I was on a scavenger hunt, but also socializing with people. Like, it's like I was on a mission for something. So I was going around looking for stuff and gathering stuff. And then I was doing a lot of this work where I was healing people. So I'm in this city, and you could look, and it's like some of the buildings are made out of the mountain rock, and some of them are just pure like buildings, and some of the buildings are kind of curvy, some are kind of straight. I remember seeing like elf-looking beings. There was the tall whites, as well as these reptoid type beings that were there. And I say it was a whole world because you could see, like, the energy felt like it was external, away from the classic Earth frequency. But for confirmation. So y'all, I got more clarity as to where this place is. So I realized that this was in Antarctica. Now, there's only so much I could say. But what I can say is that this place was in Antarctica. And one thing I didn't talk to y'all about, which I should have talked to y'all about way before, was that there is an ice wall. Now, the Earth is a sphere. It is a planet. But there is a wall of ice in which blocks off these other continents in which are not supposed to be part of the Earth experiment. So there is other hidden continents, and some of them are physical and some are non-physical, which is very fascinating. But there is other continents. So they're kept on the planet, just not in the Earth experiment. And that explains why this place felt like it was totally outside of the Earth frequency. Because it's on Earth, but it's not part of the Earth experiment. And that fascinated me because I've been recently exploring a lot of these places beyond the ice wall. Now, look, I know I have so much to share to y'all about these travels, but I am still understanding it. I don't want to talk about these things before I have full understanding of them and before I have the experiences I need to have with them before I talk a lot about it. But I have been astral traveling with a lot of my friends to these places. And these are my friends that are physical. So I go astrally with some of my friends to these places, and we go together. And we've been talking a lot about, we've been engaging a lot about this. So we are in the process of studying this. But yes, it's real. And this place that I'm talking about is beyond the ice wall, if you want to say that. Or it is an extension of the places in which are beyond the ice wall, if that makes sense. I might as well talk about this as well. But while I was there was a being in which was explaining to me how nanotechnology worked. Now, he gave me this suit, and the suit was like nanotechnology, but it interfaced with your thoughts. So he was explaining to me that you had to think it on, and then it would go on. And it reminded me, I haven't watched Venom, but in the clip I've seen of Venom where like it takes over your body and then it like interfaces with the entire body, was like that. So there was other people that were there, other astral travelers that were there doing it, but I was kind of scared. I was like, I don't want to do this. And this was kind of like some personal growth I was going through. And I was learning this lesson of taking risks and doing stuff that, you know, may seem risky. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to do it. So I would just think it on. And then these little tiny robots just started like going all over my body. Then it made like this big, nice suit. And I was able to see very far and clear. I was able to hear very loud and clear. I was able to run really quick and like jump really high. So this suit gave me a boost within all of my physical and mental abilities. It was very interesting. And he was explaining to me how it interfaced with the brain and how how you think it and then it does it. Anything you want the suit to do, you just think it and it will do it. It was very cool about this nanotechnology because we know that this technology is coming to humans. And so to have them explain this to me, I was like, wow, this is what we're going to be doing and using in the future. So I'm glad I got to experience it there with them. The caverns seemed to be some sort of ancient land. You could feel the ancientness in it and the magic that was sown in the land. There was this, the only way to explain it is magic. There was this frequency that pulsated throughout the whole land. And it was sown into everything. You could feel it. And it just felt very ancient. And there were some ancient sculptures and stuff like that. You could just tell that this was around way before humans been doing their thing as they have been now that you see. Even going way before Egypt and all of that. Way before Egypt. Going, if not during, before Atlantis and Lemuria and Mu and all of that, right? I put here, there was a certain spot that would make people be true to themselves. And so it was like a blue magic in this area. And when people were in it, they'd be purely true to themselves. And so I would bring people to this area and I would talk to them, I would do their hair, and I'm basically healing them by doing their hair, and then they would leave. And I put here, I would speak to them in this area and do their hair. Then they would become 100% true to themselves and know what to do next. So doing this was communicating with people in order to help them be true to themselves by bringing them to this area and where they are going to naturally almost forced to be true to themselves, and then help them to understand something just by talking to them in this energy and by doing their hair. And so that was beautiful because just that area was so magical and so powerful. It was amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And let me know if you guys have experienced anything like this in the astral with this like inner cities in the mountains. Hidden civilizations in which, you know, in history would not be hidden because our ancestors knew all about this stuff, but it's hidden now by the powers, the people that have been in power, as well as hidden purposely by the ETs that just wanted to keep themselves away from the rest of society. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.